Howdy guys, Rex here. It is actually super cold out today. I'm not really dressed for it right now, but it is below -30 Fahrenheit, and we're not even talking wind chill factor. Thank God there's not a huge wind right exactly in our location. If you get out on the hill, you'll have frostbite in a couple seconds. I got a couple boxes full of scopes here. We've been letting sit outside for over 24 hours now. I wanted to let them fully cool all the way down to ambient air temperature, which I'm sure they have completely. All the parts on the insides are now cooled. So we're going to take a look at the general function of these optics. We're going to see if the magnification rings turn, parallax rings, focus rings, adapter adjustments, and turrets. And we'll see if the batteries are working on anything where we had the illuminated reticles. This is something that you're going to want to be aware of if you're out in the bush going to be using your rifle in the wintertime. Okay guys, we have our scopes here. They are certainly cold. They were actually frozen together a second ago. I had to unfreeze them apart. We got the Athlon Cronus BTR. This is their Japanese higher end model. Got the old US Optics SD10, one of the most rugged, durable scopes that I've been recommending for a long time. In a lot of ways, very, very strong scope. Got the new Valdada Recon G2, 40mm main tube scope, very popular now. We also have the Athlon Midas TAC, which is a representative of their more affordable tactical scopes. It's using the same adjustment mechanisms as the Ares ETR. So mechanically, it's basically the same scope, just a little bit more affordable of the options. We got the Super Sniper, straight 10 power, and we have the primary arms Platinum Series 6-30 by 56 scope here. So let's do a basic function test of this one first. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, first thing I'm going to check, most thing people are going to want to adjust right away, is magnification. So we're on 15 power now. Okay, it is. I could maybe move it, but it's frozen. This is normal. I would have a couple Schmidt and Benders laying out here, but I froze them too. Last time I tried. Now, if it will not adjust like that, if it's really stiff, if you have positive leverage, they make the devices where you have a lot more leverage, you will be able to turn this ring. Whether or not that will stay glued to the internal components is a different story. So be mindful that although you might be able to turn that, do not just get out the pipe wrench and turn that ring. Okay, let's try the diopter adjustment. Okay, that moves a little bit easier, but that's pretty darn tight. A critical thing to adjust here, guys, is going to be your elevation turret. So let's see if that's adjustable. Okay, now it doesn't have the solid clicks that it would when it's warm, but it is turning pretty easily. It actually feels very similar to some of the other normal. It's actually very turnable. You don't feel the acuteness mechanisms on this one, but it is turning. So you will have. Okay, now she's turning free, that she's broke loose and she's done a full circle. Okay, we have our parallax adjustment set at 100. Oh man, that sucker's pretty much froze. I can turn it a little bit, but I'm going to damage it if I turn too much. And let's see if we still got illumination. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm looking through the optic here. I'm looking through the optic. I got a good clear view of the reticle. No problems there. And I got no battery power, which is fine. When it's super cold, you lose your battery power, okay? And we got our windage adjustment. Okay, that's turning very easily. Yes, well, this is a little bit different mechanism than on the Chinese Midas and the Ares. This is built a little bit different, but we got adjustment in the turrets. You do not have adjustment in the magnification or the parallax, okay? That's something that is pretty normal. Let's try the US Optics. And I'm taking care to use the same methodology on each one of these as best I can by feel. Let's start. Now this is a straight 10, right? So there's no magnification ring to turn, so to speak. Okay, my deal here is froze on. This is very, very fragile. If I try getting this off to get to my diopter adjustment, this is just going to break off. Another thing too, that in cold weather, this becomes very brittle. This plastic, especially some of the off brands. This is actually not bad. This is more soft and done well. Let's try the elevation turret. Okay, we got plenty of adjustment there. No problems on the elevation turret here. That's good. Try the parallax. We actually do have adjustment on the parallax. It was frozen in place, but it's spinning pretty free and easy here. Okay. And let's try the windage. Okay, we got no problems moving there. And let's see if I can get the illumination to work. It was working. Oh, sorry guys, still there. It was working the other day. Probably better open these up. And they feel like glass. I got a good clear view, no optical obstructions. Everything's good, everything's clear and crisp, just like it was on the Athlon Cronus. No problems here at all in terms of seeing it. I got no. The buttons are actually froze. Okay, so these buttons are not working. These are push button illumination option. They are just solid plastic. There's no clicking at all. That's frozen solid. Okay. Now let's try the G2, a newer offering by Valdada. It's the Japanese version of their IOR Recon, which is a nicely configured optic, 4.8 to 30 by 56, kind of a shorter profile, 40 millimeter main tube. Let's start by trying the adjustment for the magnification. She is froze completely solid. All right, let's try the diopter. That's got a tiny bit of movement, but I'm really grabbing on it. And this I'm actually pushing really hard here. So that's froze, okay? Try the turret adjustment. No problems there. And I can see through the optic here as I'm doing this, guys. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. I need a camera person. But I am seeing that the erector is working. It is moving up and down when I do that. Oh, windage. That's good. And illumination. Let's see if we still got any illumination. Oh, I thought I saw something flicker. So something's happening, but and in the bright snow, of course, it's going to be harder to see the illumination. We can point at this pine tree out here. That's what I'm really looking at. Yeah, the illumination is not working. The battery's froze, okay? And the parallax is completely frozen solid. So you're seeing a common theme here so far. Turrets are working okay. Basically, if you have a magnification ring that's froze, your parallax is froze. Let's try the Midas. This is by Athlon. Where are we at? Okay, trying to see where I'm filming. This one is on 10 power now. Let's start here. Oh, what the heck. We have no problem adjusting magnification on this at all. This is where I suspected the looser tolerances of this, and then we still got a nice mechanical dead stop here at 6 power. It's almost like operating like normal, and at 24 power. It's tighter than it normally is, but not a lot tighter. And I can feel right here where it was frozen in place, so it's smoothing out now. See if we can move the diopter. No dice. No dice there. Let's try the turret mechanisms here. Okay, this is moving nice. It does have a different feel to it at this temperature. Man, my ears are getting cold. Sorry, guys. It does have a nice feel to it at this temperature. We still have very positive clicks, but they are, you can feel that the grease in here is evening out the tension when I turn it. It's more of a kind of draggy feel, but it's definitely moving like totally operational there. Let's try the windage. This one is a bit colder. Okay, she broke loose. This is a kind of solid in there. Oh man, it is moving though. Okay, put that back on. Now let's try the parallax. What the heck, okay. So it was a little bit stuck down here at 10 yards. I was playing with it in the house the other day. And it's moving very free and easy. The parallax is moving free and easy. So sometimes it's like a AK-47 versus a gun with tighter tolerances. Looser tolerances will sometimes buy you that free mobility of the mechanism, right? So this scope actually is fully operational. All the features, and this particular model doesn't have illumination, but all the features on this are operational, even our magnification. It's the first one where we had magnification could move. Okay, we got a Super Sniper, straight 10 power. Now there's no magnification ring on here, but the parallax is back here where the magnification ring would be, okay? So we're gonna take a look at the parallax, sit at 10 meters. Oh man, that sucker is, I could not, it's froze. I can move it a little bit, but I'm gonna break it. It's basically, you can feel that rubber actually loses its plasticity, and the grease on there is not the only problem, but the rubber losing its plasticity, you'll just tear it. And it'll get bound up in there, then it's jammed shut. And this cap ain't coming off I didn't think of that ahead of time. I'm taking the cap off to check the diopter adjustment. Let's try our turrets. Shit. That sucker is froze completely solid. Sorry for the interruption there, guys. We did have the camera freeze. We had to go warm it up, charge the batteries again. We were working on the Super Sniper here. Oh, we dropped that. Okay. And like I said, yeah, these are completely froze. If you manhandle it, you might be able to get a little bit of adjustment out of it, but they're froze solid. Parallax is pretty much froze. We'll do the optics check. And that's working fine. That works good. We'll also check the Midas here while we have it. Okay. We got good, nice, clear, perfectly clear view of all the glass and the reticle in there. Okay, last but not least, the primary arms, Platinum Series. Okay, let's try this is set at 10 power. See if we can move that. It's budging, but it's tight. It's very, very, very tight. It's basically, I could turn it, but I might break it. Let's see if we can break it. I got a death grip. I wish you guys could know how many. And I got strong hands too, actually. I might not be strong as I used to be, but I got pretty strong hands. Okay. She's tight. We'll say that. We do have turret adjustment here. No problems there. Okay, camera froze again. Sorry, guys. So we do have turret adjustments. No problems here. Turn this and there. Okay, that's moving. Parallax. Nope, no parallax. And we'll check the illumination. It's wintertime, so I want to look at something dark. Yeah, I saw a flicker again, but nothing really there. But we got a reticle that we don't really need to turn the turrets on. or turn anything on. I can just leave this on 0. So one of the nice things about BDC turrets. In the wintertime, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. If you can see a reticle, you're good. Okay. All right, guys. So basically the conclusion here is that in the wintertime, most of your mechanisms are going to freeze up. You're probably not going to have any kind of adjustment in your magnification at all. So pick a magnification setting to where you still have full view of the reticle if you need it, if your dials freeze up, your elevation turrets. If those freeze up, you're hosed if you're cranked up too high. I usually set mine 6 to 10 power for the winter time. Then I have full view of most of the reticle. I can still see decent sized targets and use the reticle as the adjustment holdover mechanism, right? Another thing is, say your parallax at a median distance, somewhere you anticipate the distance to be from your FFP to your kill zone, okay? You don't want to be just assuming 100 yards or 1,000 yards. You're going to want to have it kind of set where you anticipate being, and then if you have to modify it, you're not radically on one end of the spectrum or the other. You're set where it'll still kind of sort of work if you get your eye alignment perfect behind that optic. And that's where marksmanship is going to be more important, more critical, mind you. If you are not properly have your parallax adjusted, you're going to have to be exactly centered behind that optic for it to even sort of work. Everything is going to freeze, even though it might move. If you crank on it hard, you might break that thing. So be aware of that. And although you might be able to, so do be aware that you might break it. And if you're in a situation where you can't afford to break it, like if you're out in the bush and or if you're in World War III or something like that, there ain't no store to take it back to. If you can break it and you can send it back to the store, well then, if they have a good warranty, maybe it'll be okay. I just recommend not turning stuff and breaking stuff. All right, my fingers are getting frostbit here, so I'm going to turn off the phone while I still can, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Nice.
I've never taken a long-range class before, but I can't imagine anybody delivering this much information in this short of a period.
Yeah, it takes a while. After you've been around a while, you kind of accumulate most of this information. Some of it falls by the wayside. Some of it you retain. At least you know it's there, and if you need to use it, you can pull on it.
You cannot miss an opportunity to gain knowledge. You cannot. The guys that are going to talk here, there must be 250 years of experience wandering around in the people that you're going to be exposed to. And I'm talking like hard-earned experience.
Rex is, of course, an absolute natural. He showed us over the years that, so I wasn't surprised to see him perform beautifully because he was born for it. He is naturally an awesome presenter. So whether he does it through YouTube, on video camera, or live, and by the way, congratulations, this is beyond the full house. I really think some people snuck up on you, man. You got to double check on who paid and who didn't, because I see more than 80 people here. I see north of 100 people.
If you have not been studying long range for quite some time, I'm not saying not to come to this class. I'm saying you better put your helmet on. It's gonna go fast. You can't get information like this going to happen in this class. You can't get that like anywhere.
He's already well known, and he'll get better and better and better.
But you're right. We have a very strong concentration of people with this much interest and passion. You know, in this one room, everybody's here looking for the best and trying to be the best, and I love it.
And that's the secret to success, too, guys, is surrounding yourself with competent, intelligent, and passionate people.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot in this room, because everybody that gathers together here is because of a love for the sport or the craft and the skill and the art and the science. And you, Mr. Rex, you're kicking some butt up there today, man. You're in the zone.
I'm getting sweatier and sweatier, Lou. Wait until 4 hours from now.
You know, I'm a little scared to get up there. I mean, Rex is such a great speaker in this forum, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to bore these guys to death. But I can tell you one thing I like about these type of forums: when you get guys that admit to being interested in long-range shooting, you're past the guy who swears he can shoot a quarter-inch group with his factory Savage with factory ammo. So these guys, they're not at that point. They've gone past that. They're really serious now, and they really know a lot of this stuff. It's more about how much further can I push my
This is where they've come with
capabilities with more knowledge and more practice and more information.
We'll have a good time. The students will have a good time. You're going to get a tremendous level of information, and there are different levels of knowledge. And when I met Rex, he was really the first guy that I had met that had that kind of tier 1 level of knowledge.
This won't be the last time that you guys do this. This is the best thing that I have seen or been associated with thus far in this industry. This is really good. I think that the guys have learned a lot about this on relative to the topics and how to handle it at the next one that they do. I expect that the next one will be better and better and better, and I think that the guys that go to it are going to benefit and learn a lot.
But you're going to see some amazing things. When this company, as he builds this company and this curriculum, and it goes, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bookmark in American firearms training history. Like, something is different over there, what's going on, and people will come from all over.
Hey folks, it's Lou McCoy with the Rex Reviews Project, and we are here in Texas. Holy crap, man.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I'm here with Jesse and his lovely wife, and what do you guys have to say after the second day?
So we get out here, the first thing we did was check out all of our guns and equipment. We want that solid. We learn the fundamentals, make sure that everybody is doing things like correctly and properly, and that way when we start shooting out the longer distances, we don't we don't have to wonder what's all going on out there, you know. And I think that's really cool, because you feel a lot more confident knowing that you're solid, you got a solid foundation when you start engaging things way out there. So.
And you
I think that's great.
Yeah, man. And you start off really close, and you get all the bugs worked out, and then you work out farther, and it's no big deal. It's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy. So the system works, Mr. Rex. It works, my man.
Just this experience was probably the best shooting experience I've ever had. It was the most I've ever learned, ever. So just getting to shoot out to 1,000, 1,100 yards, and these guys get you out there quick and do it the right way.
Feels like, but I think it's rolling down off the snow. Right.
Now what?
Nah. That's still barely a 2.
Single. Oh yeah? It's hot air. Nothing.
Yeah, reticle choice and design, I've really learned to, like, that's really important. You know, we always focus on all the other stuff, you know, but reticle design, you know, is very critical.
If you pay attention to those classes and watch those reviews, it'll all come together for you, and this is the place where it all comes together.
Yeah, and you get out in the field and you get to apply all that knowledge and see it in action, and that's gratifying.
Absolutely, and it's the real world issues that that you're really learning here, as opposed to just you get all that technical data, and then you bring it out here to the real world and you put it all together, and it works.
The secret Rex taught me about butterfly kisses on the cheek. And
It's actually true?
It was true.
Did it work?
It totally worked.
What?
It totally was. It happened earlier today, and all day I've been just on.
Like I just said a minute ago, yesterday everybody showed up. They were nervous. They didn't know what to expect. And look at the crowd behind us now. It's like a party back there, man. People are just having the time of their lives, and not only having a good time, but making some shots too. Some impressive ones.
They're learning what they come out here with. The dot drills, a lot of the drills that Rex and Paul are having us do, they really make you, get you into shape and make you, do exactly what you did the last time and be consecutive, So I think that's a just super way to start to do this stuff. So.
Yeah, it is. And you lay that solid foundation, and the rest is easy, man.
Yeah, we're just now it's not even really hard to shoot out there. We're shooting out at 1,100 yards, and really not that big a deal now after we, now that we know what to do.
All right, what just happened, man?
I just hit a water bottle at 875 yards.
And you had one shot.
One shot.
That's not bad. So what's the secret, man?
Aim small, miss small.
Amen. Well done, brother.
Thank you.
As long as you pay attention and do what the instructors say, it will all come together as an equation, and the equal sign pops right up.
Name's Edwin from Boston. Traveled out here to Pennsylvania to take the class to shoot past my home range of 600. Shot out to 1030, made some hits. Every time Rex teaches you something new and gets you comfortable, he totally messes with you. Gets you dirty, gets you muddy, makes you roll around in the rain and the mud and the dust. And then he takes your scope and he messes it all up, and he teaches us something new every time. So great time, good guys.
Nice shooting there, Tex.
Thanks, man. Second round hit on the gong and first round hit on Fred. 1,000-yard shot. That was pretty awesome.
Feels good for first stage of the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I wasn't shooting very good yesterday, but it's good to come back.
Haven't shot past 400 yards until I came to RX-18. Right off the bat, brought us right out to 1,000 yards, gave us some confidence. And after working the range tables, I see no reason why I couldn't hit any target that I knew the true range to and had the dope for, all the way out to and including 1,000 yards.
You're exposing, all the different students, including myself, to some different techniques, pulling from different arenas, whether it be from some application of competition, PRS, NRL kind of things. When we can't always take a prone shot, shooting off of obstacles, from unstable positions.
I came to the RX just to learn everything. It's a great place to be, great people. Learned quite a bit. Got me dialed in at ranges I've never even looked at before.
I've been to RX 17-001 seminar and 001 shooting, and so I have some familiarity, but this is just a lot better. This is what I really enjoy. The instruction is again top notch. We learn any problems we have, we immediately have someone to diagnose the problem. It's because it's so relaxed, the environment, you're constantly learning and you don't even really realize it. I think it's just been an awesome experience, and the knowledge is unbelievable.
Hey, my name's Mitch. I just over here at the Rex Live Fire event. Learned a hell of a lot. I got my rifle zero for 100 yards yesterday, and within a few hours I was hitting 1,030 yards. And I've never shot past 300 yards in my life. So it's definitely worth the money, definitely worth the trip, the hassle, everything about it's been great. Rex has been great, the crew's been great.
Oh, this has been terrific from my standpoint. We've seen things that we never expected to see. Let me see, we've got one guy, first time ever, at over a mile or whatever, and he's hitting 25, 80.
I think everyone got to a mile, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, everyone got to a mile in the whole class relatively easily.
It's really been surprising, and that just shows how the equipment, and it shows how the shooters have progressed learning and with the instruction and all. These guys have had good instruction, and they've just got the job done.
And how far were you shooting?
It was 1 mile.
1 mile, and what were you using here?
300 Win Mag.
300 Win Mag.
But probably not. Watch out, Rex.
So you just hit the 2,500 yards. Like, what's your solution?
It was 116 and a half MOA,
elevation and 14 MOA windage.
And you had 4 shots.
Yes, sir.
You got in your team?
I had 6, so 10 total to hit 2551.
So tell me the story. How'd you finally spot where you're hitting?
I saw the trace. I saw his trace, and I called it good, but he was about 6 inches off the top right corner of the plate. He made a minor correction, bottom left edge of the plate, and I saw the top of the bullet, but I lost it, but it was an impact. So awesome shot.